think there's this thing that happens around that Dillinger Dead Guy, you said Coalesce time, where there's just this crazy music where it's super dissonant, time signatures are all over the place. You kind of don't know what to expect, and that's what I really liked about the genre, if you will. I don't even know if it's because so many bands sound so different within that umbrella. But I do feel you on that we're just going to call it hardcore. Like, again, if you think about the early days of punk, bands like the B-52s were a punk band.
Right. Yeah.
So it was just whatever was different at the time. And you know, I like I said, I made a playlist of stuff, of most of it from like the mid 2000s, because I do think the mid 2000s is kind of a heyday, if you will, because some of the bigger groups are playing bigger rooms. Like I was telling you off air, I met you, and I think on that Under Oath tour, you guys were probably in like 5,000 seaters.
Yeah, they were. Better Lovers just did a tour with them last year. Under Oath's been doing very well for a very long time. I remember we did our first Warped Tour, maybe our second Warped Tour ever, and that was like 2008. There's not Chasing Safety, but the one after it, Define the Great Line.
Define the Great Line, yeah.
Yeah, that one came out on Warped Tour, and it was number fucking 2 on the Billboard charts, and it sold like 99,000 copies its first week. And so, like, number 2, I forget who was number 1, but it was obviously just a big, like a Kelly Clarkson or something. And it opens your eyes. And I've always been a fan of that. I know that kind of contradicts what I said earlier about like wanting to keep it a secret club. But once you kind of start traveling around, you start wanting your friends to succeed, and you kind of want to start. You're rooting for them. You know that they raise the tide, it raises all the other boats. The first taste, or at least not taste, but the first example I can think of, I remember like maybe 2000. I don't know what it was, but Poison the Well got a Kitty tour, and Kitty was on MTV, and Poison the Well was a hardcore band. And that was like, it just floored everyone I knew, myself included. Like, wait a minute, these worlds are colliding. This hardcore is now, the bridge has fallen, and the masses have stormed the gates, and there it is, there it goes, goodbye. But yeah, you can't keep it hidden forever. Bands that are good are gonna reach the people that they're supposed to reach, and sometimes that's a lot of people, and I'm an advocate of that.
No, it's if you can get on a bigger tour, get on a bigger tour. I mean,
right. Yeah,
you're not going to turn down if Metallica, hey, we need you to open. Like, okay, sure,
yeah, exactly.
I have no problem playing in front of, as the doors open, 40,000 people.
Right, because you got to think about. I mean, I've had a lot of time to think about stuff like that, and it's like when every time I broke up, and I was like, fuck, maybe we should have sold out, because I got a mortgage to pay. It's like all the not selling out. What that was during my dark times, when every thought was going through my head. But it was just like, damn, maybe we should have charged people for VIP meet and greets, because here I am in my 40s, fucking. I can't tell that you can't. That's not going to pay your bills. You can't call up fucking Verizon and be like, yeah, but I didn't sell out.
I kept it real.
Well, then you don't have to pay your bill.
I think. Do you agree though? Because I'm not a big fan of the idea of selling out, because I did get to meet so many of my musical heroes and had a lot of that ideology crushed as I met them, and not thinking they were bad people, but kind of understanding that maybe they kind of had a cottage industry formed out of not being able to get into the mainstream, because when they did it for so long that after a while, you become iconic. And now you can play these special Vans parties and corporate sponsored venues and get all the gear and all that stuff.
I have always considered selling out to be doing what you don't want to do for money. I think if you actually want to do it and you get paid, please get your bag. I think it's just a bad way to live to go, I'm going to put everything into this. I'm going to sacrifice my body. I'm going to sacrifice my relationships. I'm going to sacrifice my time. Oh, and I don't deserve to live well at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's a gray area once you start to get into that. Well, is this going to make me look fucking stupid, or is this going to hurt what we're trying, the art, what we're trying to do? I've never been in a band that has done the pay to meet us thing, and that's not even like a selling out thing. That's not even like a music thing. That's just that's a human thing. Like, I don't think people should have to pay to meet me. I'm at the merch table, every show. I'm hanging out after every show. That's not even like a music industry career thing. That is just a like, what? No, I'm grateful you're here. Like, I'm glad, like, I want to thank you. You don't have to pay to thank me. So, but if I started doing that, I would consider that selling out, because I would be doing something I did not want to be doing just for money. Having said that, if you're a person and you're just like, my fan base is too big, they're too crazy, I need to cut it down. I want to meet them, but I want to meet them in a safe way. I want to take pictures with them, but and then, there's just the fact that maybe it does make other people happy. Maybe people have expendable some income, and they go, you know what? I worked hard for this money and I want to spend it getting a picture with this person. Then you got to take that into consideration. Maybe you really are helping out someone. Maybe you really are making their day. So it's kind of just a case by case basis. Same kind of goes for tours. Like, if you're gonna do a fucking shitty tour with a shitty band with shitty people in it because they fucking pay you well, then you might start going, well, what else is on the table?